Big up everybody. Apologies about the late. Honestly, the internet. I'm having internet problems. I'm usually 5 minutes late. Usually 5 minutes, 10 minutes at the most, not half an hour. Big up to every one of you. Welcome to United Real Therapy, and welcome to Manchester United Betis preview. Also, we'll be looking at some of the quotes from Rashford and Eric Tenhag in today's press conference, which was really a lot about what happened at Liverpool, the inquest and and the inquiry into what happened on Sunday. So big up to every one of you, love and light, and we welcome our brother Jarvis to the stream. Jarvis, welcome. How you doing?
Hey, Nordin. I'm doing fine. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm
nice.
down here in the dungeon with no internet. Alexis Sanchez is coming to play the piano. I promise. One of these days he's coming. The one behind me right now. Yeah. Talk to me. How are you? How is Norway?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. There? It's cold in Norway as usual. It's minus 20 degrees, so it's cold. But in the daytime, it's good. The sun is back, so I went out skiing today with my kids.
Amazing.
Went all day downhill in the slalom pitch. So that was nice. Yeah, nothing new in Norway. It's the same old.
The snow, do kids like the snow?
Yeah. They love it.
Yeah. Big up everybody. Apologies for being late. We're gonna get into it. I'm just gonna hopefully tweet it out so that some people on Twitter, if they're still up, they can join us. Jarvis, you watched Manchester United. How long have you been supporting Manchester United?
Well, I started supporting them in I would say 88.
88.
Wow. Yeah, so I've been around for a while, but I was lucky. It was I came in the glory days, so I never really actually experienced the bad times before.
That's good.
Yeah. So I can't complain. The story was I had my older sister's boyfriend. He was a Man United supporter. So when I was like 10 years old, he just gave me a membership and a United shirt. So and after that, I was sold. So now I'm a United supporter. Yeah.
Wow, brilliant! Absolutely brilliant. That is brilliant. So that's how you got hooked, and then fell in love with the club. Yeah. That's amazing. So what are you thinking about tomorrow? What are you expecting from these players, Jarvis?
Well, it's not going to be a walk in the park. You know, Real Betis is a really good team. I've been doing some background checks on them, and they haven't lost in 4 games, unbeaten. They are 5th in La Liga, so I would say they are a good team. They play the usual 4-2-3-1. Their manager is
Pellegrini.
Yeah, Pellegrini. So we know him from the time in City. He's a good manager with a lot of
experience.
Yeah, experience. Yeah. So it's not going to be easy, but sure, we are on Old Trafford, so we should beat them.
Yeah, 100%. The thing about it is that, to me, I'm actually going. Most of you know how I feel about the Europa League, but I'm actually going to the game tomorrow because I want to be there. I want to see how we do it. How I want to see the body language of these players, because it's hard for me still. You know, I'm over it. Yes, we have to lick our wounds, we move on. But I really want to see what's happening with this team. Really want to see what's happening with this team. So, yeah, it's going to be very much interesting. Really interesting. Like, to see what they do. We're going to go into a little bit of depth about Betis people. But they're like you said, they're a very good team. Very good team, good manager, and it's going to be very interesting. So the people who trained today, I think there's only Sabitzer is out. Martial is still out, even though he was seen training with the rest of the squad today. But he's out. Other than that, everybody else should be fit. So it's going to be very interesting. And it's going to be Southampton as well on the weekend. Yeah, people are getting giddy. They're still sharing the similar information about the Glazer apparent sale. They have to sell. We expect nothing else, but it's going to be a very interesting game tomorrow for me. Um, you know what I mean? So it's going to be really fascinating for me. Yeah, it's going to be a very interesting game for me. Very interesting game. The way they play, actually, Betis, they play it in a slightly different way to what the rest of the La Liga play. They have this, they're very much kind of like direct kind of football. The way they play in terms of the way they attack, they're very aggressive. They're fifth in La Liga, like you said, Jarvis. They are, yeah, they've got Pellegrini, who's got Premier League experience, so he'll dip into that, the experience of coaching in the Premier League and what that means and coming up against Manchester United. So he knows the stadium, he knows the culture, he knows even, so he would have prepared his team properly. What I like about them is that they're very aggressive. They're really aggressive. So they have that little bit of Premier League. So I'm sure, like most coaches, when you experience certain leagues, you take a little bit of that league, the certain things that you liked, to a team that is back to Spain, you know, managing in Spain again. So I expect a really tough game, and that's why I'm going, because it's going to be a test tomorrow. They've had 10 red cards. They've drawn with Barcelona this season. They've drawn with Real Madrid just on the weekend. They're not easy team to beat. They are missing their two best players, the two players that make them play, make them dynamic up front. The way they play is like in the last three. I've watched some games of them, some highlights, some of the Liga highlights of them. They play quite fluid up the pitch in terms of the way they like to dominate the midfield, and they use the wing backs, always having that space to be able to pop it off. They're very good at switching the play. They're very comfortable on the ball, very good at switching the play, and they know how to get out of a tight press. But they're also very good on the press. But one of the things about them is that they leave. At times, they'll have their centre half going into midfield and leaving 2 against 2 or 3 against 3 at the back. They're that type of team. I don't know what type of tactics he'll come for tomorrow. He'll know that Man United are smelling blood. Will he go very defensive? But they're going to come and play their football. That's one thing they're known about. Then they have no fear. They're going to try to come and play their football. And that's what's going to be fascinating. And like I said, the reason why I'm going, because I'm like everybody, every fan, the billions around the world are Man United fans who are absolutely in a daze, you know, the shock of what happened. And I'm expecting to see if this bottle job tendencies from last season is back. And has that result shocked the players? Has he zapped all the energy out of them? Or am I going to expect high tempo, front foot football, up the pitch? You know what I mean? Using the Old Trafford crowd. And also, you know what they say, don't you? They say that a mark of any kind of dynamic relationship, obviously, as United fans, we have a relationship with the players, is that not when all things are going well. I think in sport, as fans, we're always critical. To me, what happened was cowardly. It was humiliation. It's going to take really a long time for me to forgive. I have to see what they achieve as a group. But also in this moment, they're going to need our support. So I'm going to go and try to do my duty tomorrow. And regardless what I think about what happened on Sunday, when that whistle goes, my heart, my energy is going to be pushing them, you know, cheering for them, cheering for every throw-in, whistling at every bad referee decision, doing all that to try to get them the confidence, because the mark of it, not when things are going well, but when things are really bad, that's when they need the support. And I'm kind of glad the next 3 games are Old Trafford. It really works out for them. Like the next 3 games are Old Trafford. We've got Betis tomorrow, Southampton on Sunday, and I think we've got midweek, I think, if I'm not mistaken, on the 18th, we've got Fulham.
Yeah.
Fulham in the FA Cup. So it's going to be very interesting. And it's also kind of like, for the fans like you who don't have the privilege, who live in here, who don't have that honor, to also represent those fans who are like, yeah, it was a miserable day, but we need to bounce back. So tomorrow, the energy, I'm expecting an electric atmosphere at Old Trafford tomorrow. I'm genuinely am.
Yeah. Hope
It's
so.
going to be very interesting, and that's why I'm going. Even though I absolutely hate and despise Europa League, I cannot stress that enough to you guys. You know my feelings, but I'm going because I think they're going to need our support. Because I've also seen the media pile on in certain individuals and certain players, and as Manchester United fans, we were traditionally brought up, Jarvis. You know it yourself, to always have that. Okay, everybody's against us. We've got to come together as fans, as players, and have that connection, and that kind of like backs against the wall stuff. So that's the reason why I'm going tomorrow. But go ahead.
Yeah. That's good. I like that you're going and supporting the team and everybody. So we need Old Trafford to be on his top game tomorrow and show the players that we are supporting them, because getting battered 7-0 against Liverpool, that's a tough thing to handle, and I think the players really need to feel our love and support right now. But we shouldn't be that worried because of all the media attention we have had the last couple of days. They are really trying to get Man United, the media. And I mean the mainstream media, like TV and newspapers. They're trying to do their best to create headlines and talk as much as they can about the Liverpool game. You saw the press conference today. There were 10 questions, all of them about the game against Liverpool. Yeah. All. And the agenda is so clear. Even from our players like Gary Neville, he really disappoints me in the way he goes with Carragher and like making up false rumors about Bruno and wanting to get subbed off and stuff like that. That's I don't know why he does it. He's a pundit, he's a journalist, he's trying to create headlines, but I think he lost his way.
His head, yeah. It became about him and Carragher, and he let that overspill, I think, by going hard. But he has a lot of history where he doesn't go for homegrown players. So even if you're from somewhere but you're part of the academy, he'll never criticize the other player. Never. And he will never criticize the British-born players or English players. So he always scapegoats the foreign players, and he has to understand that that's not right. You have to be fair in your criticism. When you're a fan, you can't individualize. You have to, especially listen. If it's 4-0, 3-0, you can individualize mistakes, but you can't individualize 7-0. You cannot. Big up Sain Miassi. Here comes Sain. I've been looking for Sain. Of all people, I've been looking for this moment, Therapy Army. Please smash a like on the video while I destroy Zain Miassi. Zain Miassi, we've been friends for a long time. I genuinely want to make that documentary, Find Zain Miassi. I really want to do that. I'm not going to sign to you. When the economy hopefully picks up, we're going to go do a GoFundMe, and we're going to come and find you, Zain Miassi, because the real Zain Miassi, please stand up. That's what it's going to be called, right? The documentary. Well, the real Zain Miassi, please stand up. But Zain Miassi came with this. So he's been thinking about, since we were live yesterday, I don't know, maybe he just chilled out yesterday. He poked fun at some of the United fans who are close to him. He didn't come on our streams the past 2 days. And he's finally come here and he said this. I'm gonna literally break it down for you people. Zain Miassi with a $4.99. Thank you for your contribution to the channel. We appreciate Super Chat. He says final will be Arsenal versus United, and 7-1 to Arsenal. We will give you a go, right? Zain Miassi, like I told you all in the last 2 streams, certain thing about this result you can never take, or it's humiliation. But we'll take it from Arsenal. We'll never take it from Arsenal fans. We'll take it from Liverpool fans. Zain Miassi, what he has to understand is that Arsenal, when it comes to Manchester United and Arsenal, you are our little dog. We've got you in a leash somewhere, hidden somewhere. Because I remember in 2011, when your football club came to Old Trafford and we gave you not 2, not 3, count with me, Therapy Army, not 4, not 5, not 6, not even 7, but 8. You got 8 Absolutely ate. And if we wanted, we could have scored more. But I thought some of the players thought, you know what, we can't be 10. Arsenal are a decent sized team from London. We can't do it to them.
And it was Phil Neville and John O'Shea.
Exactly. The players who did this to you. They weren't amazing players. They were not amazing. They were not the treble winning team. It was not the double winning team. It was a team full of Ashley Young and these type of players. Yeah, Wayne Rooney got a hat trick. Yes, Wayne Rooney scored a couple of free kicks, brilliant free kicks. I think he scored. I'll never forget that. I remember I walked back from the stadium that day and I was thinking to my head, wow. I was thinking we need a better midfield. We just beat you 8-2, and I'm like, we need Lassana Diarra and we need Schneider, the Dutch player. We needed him. That's what I was thinking. We needed midfield if we're going to compete in Europe. So say Miasi, you need to come better than that. Of all people, I've told every United fan, if they want to listen to me, do not, I stress, do not take any banter from any Arsenal fans, because that defeat wasn't in the 1920s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. It was 2011. I repeat, in 4K, high definition television was still out. So say me, I say, hold that. You cannot talk to Man United. Actually, when it comes to heavy defeats, you guys have to carry on like you can't hear anything. No. Oh, United got B7. Okay, great. You've got to hide because you don't want Man United fans like me reminding you and educating you about it. Oh, here comes the excuses. We played our reserves team and the net score was 6. Guys, give him a round of applause. Give Stevie Ashley a round of applause for that attempt to try to get back with net. There is no net score. In the history books, they'll say Manchester United 8, Arsenal humiliated. Okay, that's what it will say. It won't say net 6. And actually, before that, we gave you 6 as well. And remember with Dwight York and everybody, you took 6. I think, was it 6-1? You got beaten at Old Trafford. So you've already had the 6, say Miasi. You got then slapped with 8 again. So you, of all people, cannot talk to us. You cannot talk to us. Just remember that. But we'll continue with the preview and we'll come back to say Miasi. Say Miasi, well, I'd like to know who you guys are playing in the next round. But Jarvis, you experienced, like me, that week, that horrendous week. Newcastle 5-0, 6-3 by Southampton. Losing 2-1 to Chelsea at home. That was like 3 games we've lost. But we still won the league. Liverpool came to Old Trafford, beat us 4-0. And it was one of the closest times Liverpool could have won the league. And that was to me the most, honestly, I was biting my nails. I was having a sleepless night sometimes thinking, they're going to win the league. They're going to win. They beat us, so that means they're going to win the league. But they didn't. Both of those times, of these heavy defeats, we won the biggest trophy, the trophy with the biggest ears in this country. We won it. So I think you're like me. You've experienced this. So tomorrow, what do the players have to do for you tomorrow? It's a tough game. We're not expecting an easy win. We're not expecting an easy game. But in terms of the mentality and what are you expecting from this team?
Well, I'm not expecting them to go out and like do magic. I just expect them to go back to basic, do whatever they have been doing this season, like play in the patterns that Tenhag wants them to play. You know, Rashford said himself in the press conference that they lost their head in the second half against Liverpool. The front line was pressing from them for themselves, and the midfield wasn't pressing, and they were stretching the team, and everything was going to So they just need to focus and do what they have been doing, you know, because Ten Hag is a good manager. His system and his tactics are brilliant. He's the best manager we had since Alex Ferguson. So just listen to the guy, do what he says, and everything will be fine. Don't get stressed out because of the media the media agenda and stuff like that. Just focus and play our football. We are good players. We have Casemiro, we have Varane, we have Rashford, we have plenty of players that's world class. So I wouldn't worry too much. But it's a mental game, so they have to be prepared. So that's my take on it. Oh, you're on mute. You're on mute.
People, let's get into this. Big up, by the way. Please smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. I think we're 200 away. 200 away from 7,000. So please join, become part of the community, and let's go, people. But let's get into this, just a preview. So we'll just say, self-confessed Man City fan Manuel Pellegrini says he could not believe Manchester United lost 7-0 on Sunday. He said it was really unbelievable. He said, yeah, unbelievable. Yeah, you tell me about it. That's the understatement. He said, I missed the 6 goals, but I understood immediately what would happen, he said. Because of the rivalry, at this amount of goals, I knew it would not be easy for them. But I was not very sad about what happened. I'm a Man City fan as well. So he's turning it in, people. He's letting us know. He's coming to turn up to even pile on the misery tomorrow. Pellegrini won 3 of his 6 meetings with United City Post, including 3-0 triumph at Old Trafford in 2014. His Betis side are 5th in La Liga, top their Europa League group, while United reached the last 16 by beating Barcelona. United last 5 European campaigns have ended in defeat to Spanish opposition, and they also lost to Real Sociedad in September in the group stage. Yeah, I cannot know what to think if Real Sociedad can do it, but we can beat Manchester United also, Pellegrini says. United will be without midfielder, Sabitzer striker, yeah, Anthony Martial. Sabitzer came off the bench and was ruled out for the European tie, yeah. So Eriksen still out for the season, and Donny van de Beek. So it's going to be, and Tenhag says for the rest, everyone is available, and we're ready for the game, said United Erik Tenhag. Real Betis are without star forward Nabil Fekir, who's been ruled out for the rest of the season with a knee injury. I think they're supposed to be missing another player as well, but I don't know. But it's going to be one of those, people. It's going to be one of those games. Apparently, one of the other players is also out, but it would be fascinating for me to see the game tomorrow. And the biggest thing I'm looking at is body language. Are the players going there, shoulders, heads down, or are they putting their chest out, wearing that Man United shirt with pride and going, yes, we can't do anything about the spilt milk, but what we can do is give these fans something to cheer about, and that's going to be the most fascinating. But big up to all of you in the comments. Like I said, smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, hit the notification button because you know when we're next live. Scamacca is back again. If players are really sorry, they should donate their salary for a month to charity, otherwise it's all talk. I would apply it to all teams. 100%. No, I said that. I said, for me, they would have walked back. I would have said, walk from Liverpool to Manchester. We're all walking. I would have said that. And I would have then said, all your week's wages are going to pay for the travel and accommodation for away fans till the rest of the season. A portion of your wages, you're not even about a charity, just for the fans to come and support you. You're going to pay for the fans' travel, food, come and support you, away fans for the rest of the season. That's what I would do. That's the only justice, because they have the money. They have the money. They have the money to embarrassing the fans, the humiliation of the fans, the ones who come and support you, away games, pay for them, pay for their tickets, pay for the hotels, pay for them wherever they are. But yeah, that's an interesting thing, Scamacca. Did you say the same? Can I just ask you a question? When you Arsenal were humiliated in the Champions League by Munich, and I think it was 8-something. Because your team you don't hold 6 or 7, you hold 8. You're known for the club that holds 8. So did you feel the same when that happened? I think it was on the Arsene Wenger. Bayern Munich beat you, I think it was an aggregate over the 2 legs. It was 8-0, I think it was, something like that, or 8-2, 8-1. Just let me know, please. Not just cut their wages by 20. not doing their jobs. Yeah, exactly. The first 15 will will concrete their boots once they blend in, dominating the ball. We should be fine. That's what some people are saying. Some people are already getting their teams in. Let me just go back to Aaron Pandy. Somebody says here, on October the 12th, LG Electronics began selling their first flat panel Ultra HD display in the United States with a resolution of 3. There you go. Wow, the resolution of 384G. Okay, so was it just a year before? Was it a year before? There was still HD. It wasn't Ultra HD though. It was still HD. It's still in color. It's still live on Sky Sports. That game was, and I remember Arsene Wenger got sent off. But big up for the detail. I like the detail. Aaron Pundi's gone for De Gea, Aaron Bissaka, Varane, Martinez, Malacia, Casemiro, Fred, Bruno, Rashford, Workhorse, Sancho. That's the team that he's gone for. It's gone quite strong. Big up Susie, Susie82. I've not seen you in the chat for a while. Big up to you. Lots of love and light always. Happy International Women's Day to all those mothers, daughters, sisters, nieces, all over the people, to all the women worldwide. I'm lucky enough to have some amazing women in my life who keep me on the straight and edge and who teach me a thing or two every day. Every day they're there for me as a source. And I always think without women, none of us would be here. None of us would be here without women. So happy International Women's Day to you all, any women watching, to Windy, happy International Women's Day, and to everybody else out there. I hope you've, you are privileged to have a lot of women in your life who are there for you, who are always there for you. If Spurs were to sanction a transfer for Richarlison, would you take it for 6 million? Yeah, I would. I like him. I think that's an option. I like the fighter. I think he can play on the left. Sometimes you can put him on the right. I think he's that type of fighter. I like him. I like his sense of. He's one of those players when you plays against you, you don't like him, but when he plays for your club, you really like him. You connect with him. So I said that. I said that before, and I don't think he's getting a fair shake at Spurs. But Jarvis, big up to you. You have daughters?
Yeah, I have a daughter. Yeah, and one son. So I have 2 kids.
There you go. There you go. So would you take Richarlison? Well, actually, I'm going to ask you. Out of all the strikers, would you prefer Kane, Osimhen, Sesko, Richarlison? Who do you want? Who does Jarvis think this is the guy?
It depends. You know, if we have unlimited transfer funds, yeah, I would take Kane or Osimhen or something like that. But I'm trying to think outside the box to find out what kind of striker would Tenhag like. That's not super expensive. Let's say there won't be a sale, and in the summer the Glazers will still be here.
Please
what
don't
are we
say
going
that.
to do?
Jarvis, before you say anything like that, you have to tell me to touch wood first. 3 times.
But you never know, you know. So I was thinking about it. I have been searching around what kind of strikers do Ten Hag like, and the obvious one is Sebastian Haller, and you have strikers that is similar to him in style. You know,
well, Sesko
is a player that I have been thinking of. Yeah. He would be like. But even in the Premier League, you have a couple of players that no one thinks about. You know, Che Adams, for example. He's very similar to.
You like him?
He's very similar to Haller in playing style. You know, he's a target man. He knows how to move around. He binds up at least 2 center backs. He would probably be a really cheap option to have like on the bench to accommodate Ten Hag. But you know, we are United. We should always pick on the top shelf. So of course, Kane would be the obvious choice.
Well, what about the age, Jarvis? Can I just make my case against Kane for you? Manchester United have always went for the older strikers in the last decade and a half. They've gone for every old player. The only player that we bought in his early 20s when we bought him or mid-20s was Lukaku, right? And then that didn't work out for obvious reasons. So I'm sick and tired as a Man United fan. I'm really sick and tired of Manchester United buying older players. I coined the phrase, Jarvis, simmer frame FC. I look at Kane, I look at his play, I think he plays as more as a number 10. He doesn't play, he's not quick, he's lost yards in terms of getting away from defenders, but he's still a fantastic finisher. I just think for the money he's going to cost, it's not worth for me. If, let's say we had decent owners, I would get Kane and a younger striker. I would get Sesko and Kane together.
Yeah.
I would take that. But to me, Benjamin Sesko is the guy that I think, even though a lot of people want Osimhen, and we can see Odi Igalo. I don't know if you saw the Sky Sports clip where Uncle Igalo is Agent Igalo now. He's not Uncle Igalo now, he's the Agent Igalo now.
Okay.
And he's for this prep saying that, I'm advising him to go to Manchester United. But let me just get the super chat. Why was Mr. Champagne Socialist Gary Neville attacking Bruno again, but not the English players? Plus, it took money for him to get completely progress. Well, actually, he's not against the Qatar takeover. Gary Neville is not. By the way, he's not against it. He said that the horse is bolted. He said that. He's not against that. He wasn't against the Newcastle. He wasn't against Man City. What's happening there? He wasn't. He revised these things to say, nah, this is where football is now. But definitely, for attacking Bruno, for accusing him, is totally bad. But he's got history for this. Like majority of the media, they've all got history for this. They've got history for this. But Jarvis, make the case for Harry Kane.
Yeah. Well, my biggest worry with Kane is that he and Bruno occupy the same spaces. So I don't know how. If we buy Kane, we gotta find a way to accommodate Bruno because they always move in the same area. I don't know how they will work together. Or we know Kane from the old days. Then he was a clinical striker, always pushing the edge on in the front. So maybe Kane can revitalize his game again and play another way. But right now, the way he plays at Spurs, I don't think he and Bruno will work. I don't think so.
Well, actually, the people that don't like Bruno might be excited. They might be excited. They might be thinking, "Whoa, get him in!" So get Kane in, get Bruno out. I know what you mean. Big up to Windy. Windy, you're more than welcome. Like I said, we understand women in terms of football, in terms of orientation, in terms of gender, in terms of like ethnicity. We don't care where you're from. This is a community. Everybody's welcome. We only ask everybody just to respect each other and treat and see the humanity in each other. That's the only thing that we expect, honestly, because there's so much chaos, there's so much hate in this crazy world, and things are just even getting crazier and crazier everywhere. So for me, it's about what humanity is, and we welcome everybody, and that means the whole human family. And football, that's what I love about football, because you can be how age, what gender, what orientation, you can be any whatever. So you're a human being, you understand football, or you even don't understand it, you want to learn about it, you're excited by it, you take it up, whether you play, whether you watch, everybody's welcome. That's what we have on this channel. That's the community. And you're a huge part of that. You, Susie, Claire, you are all huge part of this. And Super Nick as well. Big up Super Nick, sister Super Nick. Every one of you is a huge part of this. So we absolutely love your contributions and we love hearing about you. Aaron Pundits gone said Kane, Tony, Frank, Kojovic, Paulina, Casado, Frimpon, Djokovic, Reina. Few options. Yeah, they're 100%. But we'll see what kind of club we have in it. What kind of club we have. We'll see. Please not Kane, says Leah. Retirement home. Yeah, that's what we're saying at retirement home. When money back Qatar comes in, we'll be able to afford many players we want. Well, it depends because we still have to apply to a financial fair play. We can't go out spending crazy money. Scamacca, yeah, I love Scamacca. I think Scamacca's got brilliant hold-up play. I don't think West Ham use him in the right way. David Moyes, his job is on the tether. David Moyes is the type of manager that with certain time with his players, they could all be playing fantastic and fighting on the top of the league. At times, same with Everton, he'll be fighting at the bottom of the league, mid-table, fighting with relegation. So to me, I was gutted when he went there because I'm like, that's the wrong club. David Moyes has not got a history of getting the best out of big strikers. Lukaku, he did for a certain time, but I think Scamacca made a mistake going there. He should have done his own work on David Moyes and West Ham. They play their football. I never want to play that football ever, right? So for me, I rate Scamacca. I think at the end of the season we could get, because I want to have options. I don't ever want to be settled with just having 1 or 2 strikers. No, I want to have 3. I want to have 3 people who are mobile, who are quick, who can hold up the play. But we never get to see the skills that Scamacca's got. We never get to see that. Never get to see that. Go ahead, Jarvis.
Yeah, Scamacca is a really good player. When he was in Italy, I haven't seen that side from him in West Ham. Have he scored any goals? Maybe 1 or 2?
Yeah. No, he scored some goals in the Premier League, but he hardly ever plays. Yeah. He doesn't even play him. He's not. Strikers like him need 10 games in a row. 10 games in a row. Play him again and again. Get used to the players who are supporting him. They have relationships with what's around him. Yeah. Guys, over 100 of you in here. Please smash the like on the video. Subscribe to the channel. We're 200 away from 7,000. So it'd be great if you become part of the community. Big up Aaron Pundit giving it to me, saying Scamacca. Okay. No worries. God bless all Man United supporters from Fun Loving Blue. Big up, James. Big up. Thank you. Yeah, we're all right, but thank you. If that's sincere, or if that's sarcasm, then yeah, if it's sincere, we'll take it. If it's sarcasm, Man City can never talk to Manchester United. You know that, and I'll be ashamed of that. You, for the 6-1 that you gave us, or the 6-3, yeah, you can have a laugh at us at that result. But for you, that type of club you are, without the Dubai money, you'll be a mid-table club. While we'll be winning leagues, no problem. So just remember, you won the lottery with the Dubai lot. You will be fighting relegation as usual, around mid-table, and nobody will be hearing the noise. There'll be no noise. There'll be 0 noise. So remember who you are, and remember who you are talking to. Most importantly, who you're talking to. You're talking to the biggest club in the world, mate. The biggest fan base in the world. That's who you're talking to. So mind your language. Have manners. Did you see Kane's amazing performance last night? Man United should sign him. I didn't watch the game, bro. I did not watch the game, but big up to you. Jarvis, give me your team tomorrow. What team are you picking?
Well, I've written it down. So De Gea, Van Bissaka. I think Shaw has a knock, so I'm not sure if he's playing.
No, he's fit. He was in training today. Yeah, okay. He trained with the team today. He trained with the team.
Because I was thinking about it, but I think Tenhag will play his strongest team possible. Okay. So if Tenhag, if Shaw is fit, he will play Shaw. If not, Malaysia will play. But it's not a big loss. Both of them are good players, so I'm okay with that. Martinez will play. If Varane is injured or he should be rested, we should play Lindelof, not Maguire, in my opinion. Casemiro, if he has a knock, but maybe he should play, and of course Sabitzer, or if not Fred, and Bruno in the 10, Anthony, Garnacho, and Rashford, in my opinion.
So who's your midfield again?
Casemiro and Sabitzer, but I'm not sure if Sabitzer
is injured. Sabitzer injured.
Okay, then it has to be Fred.
Yeah,
I wouldn't play. I wouldn't trust McTominay to play.
No. So you picked the back and the back four. Sorry, I was reading.
Bissaka, Malaysia, Martinez, and Lindelof.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's a decent team. That's a decent team. That's a really good team.
I think we have to go strong. It's maybe if we score 3, the game is over tomorrow. So we can play a weaker team away. Because and Ten Hag needs to set a good example after the defeat against Liverpool. So we can't 100%. Afford any slip-ups right now, because the media, everything is going against us. So we have to fight back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I just want to ask you this. So, big up Amra Abdullahi. He says, Martial back. What do you think? No, he's not back. He said he's out of the game. But I think what he's trying to do is don't rush him back. I think every time he's rushed him back, he's got injured. So Erik Ten Hag is trying, not to rush him back, but get him physical in training with the other players, and then see how he adapts to that training, being physical, other than him doing only off the ball work by himself with the coaches, you know, the tackles and all of that. So try to get him taking contact and slide tackles and challenges in training before I think he's going to try to start him in a game. So for me, I'm just not relying on him. For me, honestly, because it's a mistake when you think, oh, he's back, and then he gets injured again. But Jarvis, what do you think about Martial? He's definitely out. Tenhag said he's out of the game.
Well, I hardly ever see him, so I don't know what to think. You know, he's always injured. He's a good player, no doubt about it. But, you know, he's always injured. And I mean, always. It's been like this for like 4 or 5 seasons. So I think we should, in the summer, say enough is enough and try to sell him if possible. But he's on high wages, and I think no other big clubs will dare to buy him. So I don't know if it's possible. Maybe just cancel his contract and release him on a free transfer. Maybe that will be the best outcome of the Martial saga. What do you think?
Yeah, 100%. For me, football is about being on the football pitch.
Yeah.
It's not about this, you know, it's not about, and for me, if he was a young player, I'd be patient with him. Sometimes young players, injuries can happen. They can come back from that. They learn, but he's 27 years old. And if I'm a millionaire like that, Jarvis, I'm doing everything in my power to know that I'm going to be available on a Sunday, Saturday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or a Thursday. I'm available 3 games a week. I'm going to be available for the manager to select me. I'm doing everything. I am watching everything I eat. I'm getting the best dietitians. I'm getting them to live in my house with me. That's how extreme I'm going. I'm getting the latest equipment. I'm kitting it out. I'm building a gym in my house so that I'm building an oxygen tanker in my house. Everything that helps me to be fit for the Saturday or for the Sunday or the midweek games. I'm doing everything in my power. Everything in my power to make sure that I'm available. And I don't see that. I don't see that. Maybe he is. Maybe I just don't know. But that's what I'm doing. I look at someone like, Djokovic, the tennis player.
Yeah.
He was a fantastic player. He burst on the scene, and then he lost some games, and he used to get tired in 5 sets. And he then did loads of tests, looked at it, built himself a team of physio, of masseurs, all these kind of things. And then went and did all these tests to find out that I think he's allergic to wheat.
Yeah.
He's allergic to wheat. And now he's one of the fittest on the tour. And look at his record. It's incredible. Yeah. In the era of Nadal, Federer, he is going to be the guy who wins the most.
And we have the Norwegian tennis player, Ruud.
Say that again?
Ruud. The Norwegian tennis player.
Ruud,
you know him? Yeah, Ruud.
Yes. Yeah. Like, he is going to be the guy who's going to go down as the biggest champion. He's going to go with the biggest Hoyle trophy in history. And because he did that, he looked at everything, examined everything, around him.
But it's basically the same as Ronaldo has been doing the last 15 years.
Yeah.
He's a true 100% professional in every aspect of the game. The eating, the training, the sleeping, everything. So I don't know if Martial is doing that. You have more insight to the club than I do, but what's come through the media, I don't know. But he always gets injured. So maybe it's something about his.
Yeah. Just sort of. Go ahead, Jarvis.
Yeah, maybe something about his muscles or eating or sleeping, or I don't know.
Listen, saying all that, I want to be objective here. There are certain players who are just so unlucky. Look at Louis Saha. Saha. He was a brilliant player, honestly. When we signed him, I was so happy because I knew that he would bully defenders like Marquis used to, so strong, can take the ball on the front foot, on the back foot, can hold it up, can play with a partner. just amazing striker, amazing footballer. But his nickname was Louis Signal.
Yeah. But the most unlucky of them all has to be Dion Dublin.
Yeah, breaking his leg.
And we got Cantona instead.
Oh, that was the heavens, the heavens, the heavens. The heavens were so nice to us. I just want to remind people about how Cantona came to Man United. Leeds manager or Leeds chairman rang Martin Edwards, and Martin Edwards, the owner, was sat with Fergie in the office, and they rang to inquire about Dennis Irwin. And Fergie was sat across Martin Edwards, and he said, ask them about Cantona. Because Fergie, he will never come out and say, but Fergie got the whiff that not all was good with Cantona and the squad, the Leeds squad or the Leeds team. There was some frictions going on. And he said, ask the Cantona fella, ask them about the Cantona.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, this is what we want for him. And because I think they had remember Lee Chapman? I think that was his name, the striker, the big, tall striker. Him and Cantona had a falling out. And Cantona had a falling out with some of the players, the maverick that he was. And then he came to United, and I just remember, going first time I go to Old Trafford and singing "Ooh-ah, Cantona, ooh-ah, ooh-ah, Cantona." Oh, amazing! Yeah. Part of my child. It's like it was yesterday, Jarvis. Some of the young generation don't know. The memories are so fresh. It's like yesterday, man. Football Prophet says, I don't know what prophet you are. I said, hope you get smashed. I would love to know who you support, Football Prophet. Love to know who you support. He says, I feel the complacency is setting within certain individuals, but maybe players need to be put under pressure. Well, maybe this is it. This is it, top 5 only, yeah? This is it. Big up Tyrone Williams. Djokovic, stop eating bread. It's bad for us all. Cut out the bread. You'll learn. You'll be leaner, stronger. It's not have no nutritional value. Well, some fiber, certain breads you can have fiber. Rye bread, actually, which is big in Germany. The Germans, when I lived in Germany, oh my God, you could have the most amazing bakeries with so many varieties of bread. Similar in Norway, eh? The bakery.
Yeah, we have a lot of good bread in Norway, yeah.
Big up. Listen, we're going to get into a little bit of some of the quotes. So I'll just have to read them. I'll read them to you guys, some of the quotes, and I'll get Jarvis's point of view on the team. Actually, I'll give you my team first. So my team would be, I want Wan-Bissaka to come back. I want Martinez, Varane. If Varane's fit, no, they need to play. So it's a big game. We need him. So Varane, I would play Shaw. I think everybody who started that game should play. I think they should start the game. They need to. Those players need to. If they're all fit, they have to start that game. They have to correct that tomorrow. So I would go with the same team that started.
Yeah.
And then make the changes and altercations, because they have to be given the opportunity to correct the record.
Even Bruno on the left?
No, not on the left. No chance. Not on the left. Not Bruno on the left. Marcus Rashford will go left. Workhorse will go top. Bruno back into midfield.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. Eric Cantona, the greatest player of all time. He says that well, I'm not going to say that. That French bloke broke so many broke hearts so many times. But if I was a footballer, I would have been Eric Cantona. Awesome. Yeah, he is. He is. Big up to you, James, for recognizing Real. I don't know about the French. I think he would. If you call Cantona that, if you ever see him walking around Manchester, James, if you're a Manchester City fan from Manchester, he will kung fu kick you again, no problem, and then he'll pick you up lovely and shake your hand and send you on your way. That's what he would do. We need more ball retention in midfield to pin teams on their own half, order to unblock attackers like Sancho more consistent. Yeah, 100%. We're going to need those things, 100%. Yeah. Sam Curran was excellent batting and bowling against Bangladesh. Wow. Big up Sam Curran. Big up Aaron Bissaka or Delot. No, Aaron Bissaka for me. Aaron Bissaka. even though they're very good at switching the play. I just need Diego Dalot needs to just go out no, actually, you know what? I'm going to start with Diego Dalot. I'm going to start with a team because I feel like they've got to. Those people have to. I don't want anybody else bailing them out. I just don't want to see Bruno on the left. I want to see Rashford on the left, and I want to see Workhorse up front. Big up Rafa. Rafa42 says, I'm sick and tired of you people not liking the video. Get the likes up. Big up Rafa. Big part of the community. Love and light. Big up Rafa42. Guys, smash a like. It costs you absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Look, it's 11 o'clock. It's late. It's nearly 1 o'clock over there in Norway. In Norway, it's 1 o'clock over there. It's 12 o'clock here. Nearly 12 o'clock, and we're live and we're talking about Man United. How crazy are we? Are we crazy? Jarvis's kids is not happy with him. His partner's not happy with him. She's not happy with him.
No. They're super
about
happy.
Man United. I can imagine. Did she talk to you about the result?
No. My wife don't follow football. She don't like football.
Yeah, but can she tell when Manchester United lose? Can she tell? Does she ask you, have United lost?
Well, I was at a friend's house watching the game. He's a Liverpool supporter.
Oh
so that was terrible.
Jarvis.
So,
are you still friends, Jarvis? The question is, are you still friends?
Yeah, we are friends. We are good friends. We are adults, so we have no problems. We can talk football and respect each other, so that's no problem. But during the game, when it was, I think we were 5-0 down, my daughter called me and just to check if I was okay. Dad, are you okay? Yeah.
Wow. So they were watching. Oh my God, at home. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? Big up to everybody. Big up to everybody. And Windy Grant is asking you, Jarvis, will Ollie be the manager or of the Norwegian national team? Would you like him? Would you like Ollie to be the manager?
Well, I don't know. It's the same as in Man United. I hope he gets more experience. You know, he don't have any experience except of United and Molde in Norway. Right now, at the moment, we have Solbakken. He was coach for Wolverhampton at the time, but he had many years in FC Copenhagen. They were doing really good in the Champions League. They went to the knockout stages with him, so he's a good manager. And now we have a good generation of players in Norway with Ødegaard and Haaland and a lot of players. So I think we are good at the moment, but in a couple of years, maybe why not? Solskjaer is a good man, so he will probably do better as a national coach than a club coach, in my opinion.
Okay, fascinating. I think managing Man United gives you a lot of experience, and regardless what we say, he finished third and second with a team not very talented players, not a great squads. To be fair to him, it can only be what's put in front of you. I think he might be good. You know, I think he could be good. I genuinely believe he could be good. I think maybe international manager might be a good for him to build his reputation more, qualify Norway for you've got Odegaard, you've got one of the best number 10s in the Premier League, or one of the best strikers in world football. You just need to find 8 players that can run for those and run and battle for those 2.
Yeah,
that's what you need. Big up James. I love Cantona. I once chased around. I once got chased around a taxi outside Britannia Hotel. I know that hotel really well. By Brian Robson and Paul McGrath. They wanted to kill me. You must have been mouthing off to them. But I know both of them, and I've seen both of them out. And I actually once, when I was a security in an Irish pub, I had to say no to Paul McGrath because he was drunk, and I couldn't let him in. But it was one of those stories. I had to say to him, "You can't come in, Paul. You're a legend of Man United, but you can't come in," because he was that pissed. And I know McClare. I found McClare one time on the floor because he was that drunk. Outside Yates's, not that far from the Britannia Hotel, right next door, actually, just across the road. If Cantona didn't get banned 95, we would have done a double. Ended up with nothing. Yeah, 100%. Go ahead, Jarvis. What I was saying about, if you want to come back, what I was saying about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and about the Norwegian national team.
Yeah, the Norwegian national team. We have a lot of good players, but the problem is many of them are not playing regularly for their teams right now. They're on the bench and they don't get regular game time. So that's the biggest problem. So if the manager wants to choose fit players that can run for Ødegaard and Haaland, he has to choose the second best players from the Norwegian league, and they're not good enough. So that's one of the main problems, in my opinion, why the Norwegian team never qualifies for the World Cup or the Euros. We have big problems with that, and the culture, of course. We don't have a culture of winning. United Devil, what are you talking about my hair? Black hair.
What did he say?
Give Jarvis back your hair. He would be Rick Ashley. I'm not gonna sing "Never Gonna Give You Up."
Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you. What's the other song? Or never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Oh my! Honestly, somebody needs to tell me the lyrics. You need to write the lyrics. Somebody needs to write the lyrics. Somebody needs to write the lyrics. So I'm trying to find some of the quotes from the press conference today, and all I'm getting is a couple of quotes from different people, but all about just things that have been rehashed by the football club. So Marcus Rashford said, "I felt as when he asked about what happened in the game, he said, I felt the forwards were trying to press just the forward unit, and we were disconnected from the midfield, and we were talking about it, but we weren't agreeing on what to do. The only thing that we can do is learn from it and move on." So he's saying that he's trying to explain the loss, and he said it was that we were disjointed. I'm like, Marcus Rashford, it doesn't take an absolute genius to find that you could have put two Titanics with the gap between the defense and the attack, and there was nobody in midfield. So we already know that. Thank you for letting us know that, Marcus. But as a footballer, as a professional, it's your job to sort it out. I'm not hearing that. No excuses. Erik Tenhag, after Sunday, we got a big lesson. We'll take it. We'll have to move on and look forward. We'll look forward, use all the energy and focus on the next game. That's what Erik Tenhag said. As I said, at Liverpool, we had the loss of a lot of lessons in it, and it can help us in the future. We were really below average, especially in mentality wise. I want to win trophies, and he says, especially with the mentality, we want to win trophies, and if you have to act different. So that's what he says. You have to act different. So then here's Tenhag saying Sabitzer is not available. That's what he said. Tenhag, yes, the players reflected well. So the players are reflecting well on the loss. He says, yes, the players reflected well. We also know in the season setbacks will always be there. This Liverpool loss was a huge setback, clear. We had a run with 23 games with one loss, and that was the second. Tenhag, no one is perfect. Everyone, this is on Bruno. So they asked him about Bruno. He said, no one is perfect. Everybody makes mistakes. I'm really happy to have Bruno in my team, and I'm happy with him as our captain when Harry is not on the pitch. Tenhag says, yeah, Bruno Fernandes is definitely still my captain. I think he's playing a brilliant season. He played an important role in the position where we are. He's giving energy to the team and running a lot of intensity in the right way. Somebody said to Michael Rashford, did some of you players give up? He said, nonsense. We didn't give up. Well, you play like you gave up, Marcus. I love you to bits, but you play like you gave up. You were all clowns for me. No excuses. I don't want to hear anything. I want to see action tomorrow. That's what I want to see. And that's why I'm going. Even though I despise and hate the Europa League, I am going. I am going because I didn't care if this game was against Charlton in the League Cup or whatever. It's the next game, and I want to see reaction. I want to see the body language of us, because the ball, you know, that when you watch it on telly, the camera follows the ball. You don't see the body, you don't see the shape, you don't see people communicating. I want to see that all tomorrow. I want to see everything. That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
But what do you think about some of the comments? Or did you watch it already? Have you watched his press conference?
Yeah, I watched the press conference. I didn't like all the questions because all of them was about Liverpool. So
Yeah.
so it didn't cover anything about the Real Betis. But I don't know. We know Spanish opposition. We have played. I think Real Betis is the 9th Spanish team we have played since the first season of Mourinho in 16-17. So we have a lot of experience with the Spanish teams. And we played 2 times against Barcelona and Atletico and stuff like that. So I think we have 4 teams who we have played against 2 times, and nine teams, and we only have won 8 singular games in all those games. So we don't like Spanish opposition at all.
No, we don't. No, we don't.
Struggle with it. So I'm a bit worried tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm hoping that they listen, Jarvis. I'm hoping that first and foremost they fight for every ball, for every second ball. They bring everything, and then they have the right then to play our football, right? So it's going to be very interesting. But yeah, look at the players that you got. Adrian Cruz says, Solot, Odegaard, Haaland, Slovakian, Arunas, Malin, Birch, Arja, all great so far. Yeah, so you've got really good players. Yeah, the problem, like you said, is that they're not all playing. They're not all starting for their team. So I think if you get a really good manager that they can get hold of them in international break, that can revitalize them, they might have the energy to play the style of play that they want to play. But
yeah, but Norway, they always choke. That's the problem. We always reach the final round and the final game in the playoffs and something like that, and we choke. So I think it's a cultural problem or something. I don't know.
But how can it be? Because you win so many goals in some of the different sports, like the winter sports.
We have athletes and winning mentality in Norway.
Yeah,
sure.
But it's just the footballers.
Yeah, it's the footballers. Yeah, but don't forget, football is the biggest sport in the world. So it's very hard to compete. Norway is a small country. We are hardly. I think we are 5 million people in this country. So we're smaller than London.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or Manchester. How many people live in Manchester? Is there 5 million?
Greater Manchester is 4 million.
Yeah, so Greater Manchester and Norway is almost the same.
Wow, it's crazy. Yeah. Well, to me, I look at Iceland. I think Iceland is small, and they sometimes have brilliant teams, and you have to look at that and take inspiration from them. Yeah. I think if you get midfield sorted, decent, really good defense, a good goalkeeper, I think with a good coach, with a really good tactical coach that can make substitution at the right time, you've got match winners. I don't remember that since Solskjaer that you have match winner.
Oh, we had Torrey Andre Flo. Do you remember him?
Yeah,
he was good.
Yeah, he was good.
And even John Carew.
Yeah, Carew. Yeah,
he
I
was
remember.
Good.
Yeah.
So we have had actually really good strikers in Norway. In the last 20 years.
Yeah. So I think you can do it.
Hopefully. Yeah. Fingers crossed.
Yeah. We need Reina to play Tenhag ball. Raya. I don't really. You know what? I don't really rate him that much. I'm glad Fekir is out for the season. He's been a handful. He would have been a handful tomorrow. Yeah. I would never say I'm glad he's out for the season. I'm just saying in the next 2 games maybe. But yeah, listen, Jarvis, give me the score prediction for tomorrow. Can we do that as United fans? Can we ever go for score prediction again?
Okay. We lost 7-0, so I don't know what to think, but hopefully we will win. The only problem is I don't think Betis have lost getting under with 1 goal when they lead with 1 goal. So most important, we have to score first. That's the most important thing. And 2-0 or 3-0 would be my prediction.
Big up, man. Big up. Listen, Jarvis, absolutely amazing. For me, Manchester United have to win by any means necessary tomorrow. They have to earn the right to win, and they have to win. And I don't care who was against. It was Barcelona. if it was Real Madrid at home, I don't care. After that 7-0, we're going to be there tomorrow and we're going to be giving it, absolutely giving it. So, yeah, we're going to be giving it. So they have to win. They have to give the fans the win. The fans deserve to win. Prediction, Ed says, prediction is we don't lose 7-0. He says for 3-1, he says, tomorrow, Sancho, Garnacho, Malacia, Bamba, Saka, Maguire, Sabitzer, fresh legs. Sabitzer is injured, Luke. 3-1 United. It says, Jarvis, a.k.a. Ashley, great to have your company, brother. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
this
no
is
problem.
it. This is our community, people. Put Malacia, Lindelof, Bamba, Saka, Sancho, Garnacho, Shaw, Varane, Diego, Bruno, workers. Keep the rest in. Hey, it is what it is. But listen, we'll be here tomorrow night. I'll be coming back from Old Trafford, so I'm gonna hopefully try to sort my internet out. Touch wood tomorrow as well. So hopefully we'll be back here at the latest 11:15, because by the time I come back, hopefully around, I'll try it quick as I can, but between 10:30 and 10:45, we'll be here tomorrow. Jarvis, if you're available again, if you're free, you're more than happy to jump on. You don't have to make that decision now, but if you want to jump on, just let me know tomorrow night after the game if you want to come on, okay?
Yeah.
No, just let me know in the comments, and if you're there, you're there. If you're not there, I'm sure you're busy. But people, please go and check out Jarvis. That is his @ so Jarvis Cocker, and his Twitter is at Bowley77. What does Bowley mean?
No, it's
too much.
It's too much. I don't want to go into it.
It's a story for another time, but yeah, there we go. Bowley77. Somebody think that you might be a fan of Todd Bowley of Chelsea.
No way.
Yeah, big up Jarvis. Listen, you know what you can do? Jarvis is a community member. Windy, you're also welcome as well to ever come on. You don't have to show your face. If you want to show your face, no problem. But please, genuinely, I'm asking you to come on and talk about United. I want to hear your perspective. If you want to just not have any camera on or camera off, whatever you prefer, as long as we can hear you, is what matters. Jarvis, absolute member. So any of you, especially if you're on Twitter, please get hold of me. You want to come on, give your 2 pence on Man United, you're more than happy to come on. Jarvis, thank you so much for staying awake so late in Norway. We appreciate you. You're a vital member of our community, and we're always grateful to have you on. And anytime you want to come on, honestly, it's a pleasure. And I mean that, and I'm not just saying that. I'm not that type of person. I'm not that type of person. So big up to, please smash a like for Jarvis Cocker. For United, no different to what I expected. There you go. You know what? I'm not going to get involved with that. I think it's easy to get involved in that. For me, I don't care if he loves it. He's a Manchester United player at this moment in time, and he's on loan. So whatever. If it's true, whatever, I don't want to individualize it. It was 7-0. I don't want to talk about somebody touching down. I don't care what happens. But it is what it is, people. Smash a like on the video on your way out. Subscribe to the channel. We're 200 away from 7,000. So let's go, people. Big up, love and light. Take care. Good night. Win, lose, draw. Glazers out. Bankers out. Always. We'll be there tomorrow. I want to see body language. I want to see if this team, this manager, this coaching staff, it can all bounce back. Old Trafford will be jumping tomorrow. It's snowing in Manchester. It's going to be a cold one tomorrow. The temperature is going to be at least minus. I might be 2 or 1 or 0 tomorrow. It's going to be a cold night. Me on the bike, but I'm going there to cheer on the team, and I want to know if they're ready, if they can put that badge on again, if they can represent that in only the right way. Peace, love, light. Bankers out, Glazers out. Take care. Big up Tyrone. Take care, people. See you tomorrow for the match reaction. Good night.
Night.